This is the Sports Hit List by the fans for the fans.
Maybe y'all can define to me what is heel and what is face nowadays? Do we still define that from like previous eras where it's like good guy, bad guy? Because I don't think like heel or faces really exist anymore. I think that you just are who you are. Maybe you're a rule breaker, but not necessarily the way it used to be. So please define to me what an actual heel is nowadays, because Roman Reigns, for all intents and purposes, was a heel for 4 years, right? Or what, 3-4 years, whatever his title run was. But he got cheered just as much as any face on the roster.
Yeah.
So you have to explain to me what an actual nowadays face and a heel is, because I don't think it actually exists. I don't think the terms actually exist anymore.
Joey, I guess you can go first in answering.
I don't know, because that's a tricky question. I think there's certain people, certain characters that are, I say, in the middle. They're like they're heel, but they're cheer. Like even when we go back to Stone Cold, he started his run as Stone Cold Steve Austin, and everybody cheered him. They loved that he was the rule breaker. So I always put like him and Orton in that same category, because whether they were heel or face, they still cheered them. You know what I mean? Like, especially when Austin went against Vince, they always cheered him. Roman became, like, in the beginning they booed him, but then he started getting the cheers. He became that part. It's the same thing. Even now, a lot of people don't agree with it. Seth Rollins, he gets cheered, but he's supposed to be a heel. So it's like, what is a heel these days?
Right.
What is a heel?
I think it depends on the person as far as what's defining, but I also believe there is a true definition of a heel versus face. Like the heel is still the person to do the bad stuff. The heel is still supposed to get the help, like get their manager on the apron to distract them while they grab something out of there, like the brass knuckles or whatever it is, right? So yes, Roman Reigns is a primary example of he was the heel because he went with Paul Heyman, but even though he got cheered throughout that entire run, he still he was still the heel. Like all the yelling at Sammy, all the yelling at his cousins, that's all heel work right there. The manipulation, the gaslighting he did to his entire family throughout that entire run, like to everyone, was just a complete, like, those are heel tendencies. I think, even though Orton will still get cheered, he still has to play the bad guy, because again, that's still going old school, where the bad, like, a good guy, even though he's getting cheered, a face is not going to low blow intentionally. Does that make sense? Right. So, there are heel tendencies that heels will necessarily do. Like beating somebody up till they become bloody is a heel tendency, right? Especially to a guy like Cody Rhodes. So you clearly can tell who is going heel, who's going face. But I also think in Austin's case, he was a heel, but then he became a face throughout the transition. Like there was a transitional period where when he faced Bret in '97, he was a heel, I believe. And then, but then Bret started turning too, because Bret started getting pissed off.
Yeah, so it was like a double turn.
It was a double turn, exactly. And then that's when I think Austin started transitioning to the face, right? But
I would say for me, Stone Cold is one of those enigmas where I don't think that he was ever either, because he would, his motto was "Don't trust anybody," right? He would stun anybody. He didn't care who it was. So to me, even though the crowd cheered him, to me, Stone Cold was never either. He was always that kind of mid. I'm by myself. I'm a loner. Again, don't trust anybody. Don't trust me. I don't trust you. I don't care who you are. I don't care what side of the fence you on. Stone Cold would stun anybody. So that made him the ultimate, like, in-betweener, this loner kind of. I'm riding dolo.
I will say this as we kind of segue, because we kind of lost track to discussing the road. This is how it shows you how bad WrestleMania is. Like, we're literally pivoting mid-segment to talk about who's a true heel versus who's a true face. We really don't care about WrestleMania, which is what the point of the episode. But to your point about Stone Cold being, a loner, I disagree, because at WrestleMania, what was it? I'm losing 17. Thank you. He shook Vince's hand where everyone started booing him. So he literally transitioned. He went back to being a heel. You see what I'm saying? So then full-fledged heel. And then a year later, he comes back with the what chance. He's a full-blown face. You see what I'm saying? So like Stone Cold, I thought what started when he was heel.
It did.
It did, and then it
It
went
did.
to, and then it led to him
The fans
becoming a
started
face.
cheering for it. Yeah.
Right. So you look at Austin he was a heel from WrestleMania 2000 in WrestleMania 17
Right.
all the way to Survivor Series, and then after the WCW lost, he starts his feud with Booker T where he becomes face. You see what I'm saying? So it's like I think Austin was you could tell when, for me at least, and everyone has their opinion, you can tell when he was a face versus a heel. To me, from 96 when he was the ringmaster to 97, he was a heel up until he fought Brett. He did the double switch, and then from that point on, 98 was his all throughout that time. From 98 to like 2001, he was a face, and then he went back to heel for those months, and then he went back to face again.
Yeah, and that to add on, like he always regrets that heel turn too. You know that, right?
In 2001,
interview. Yeah, he said he regrets it. He said,
yeah, because it was terrible.
I should have stood face. Yeah, he said I should have stood face.
Yeah, it was terrible. Like you know what didn't help it though was the fact that Triple H got hurt because it was 2-man power trip, and then Triple H towards his quad, and then it just kills that whole narrative, right? But then
because it was good. It was good until Triple H got hurt.
Yeah, Triple H gets hurt, and then the next thing you know, like then comes the invasion. There are some guys who are like Rey Mysterio is a face, like he's a face. Yeah. Like there's no
face for sure. Yeah.
Like there's no denying it. You see what I'm saying? So
and Gunther is a heel.
Gunther is a true heel. Like you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So there are certain guys like I understand the tweening like Austin and Randy Orton who were special cases that they could do it to anybody, but there were times where you knew the Undertaker was a face versus a heel. You see what I'm saying? So I think that
yeah. You got like I my fault, Jay. I think like Miz, he's a full-fledged heel. I can't see him as a face. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can't. He's another one.
So, all right. So let me play devil's advocate. So with the other main event, Punk versus Roman, is there a heel in that match? Are we labeling Roman the heel in that match, especially after what his cousins did to CM Punk on Monday Night Raw?
But I think CM Punk I think if you had to pick, it'd be Punk because Punk is the one disrespecting people's family. Like, what are you saying now? You see what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to call out my dad's grave like that, you really trying to get heel, and then when my cousin tried to make you apologize, you're like, no, you're not doing it, and you still go low. And to me, I think Punk is trying to be the heel here, not Roman.
Yeah, and to add, I mean, was it? I mean, you could say it was disrespectful, but really, was it disrespectful?
It is when you start talking about somebody who's.
But like, he didn't say nothing about his dad. His dad's already dead. He's just saying he was gonna put him next.
The fact that you just
wait, hold on. To oppose to what Roman said about Dusty was totally disrespectful. Mm. He called him irrelevant, and somebody that's dead, irrelevant, who was not only your mentor, was mentor to others.
Again, when you start mentioning just mentioning family members to me. Yeah, like that just gives heel. Like that just gives.
When we talk about accountability, when are they going to start doing that to Roman? That's what the whole CM Punk promo was about. When are you going to start? The way he treated y'all, the way he called out Dusty, nobody says nothing to him. Punk says something out of control, and everybody going crazy.
Because it's Roman.
That was the whole point.
That's wrong.
But that's the whole point.
I don't think Roman's playing the heel in this one, though. I don't think. I think you can because the fans are going to cheer and boo whoever they want to. At the end of the day, right?
Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. In fact, do it now.